Hey guys, welcome. And I'm new to all this, so bear with me. But I'm here to do a review. Name's Mark, and again, welcome. So I'm here today to do a review on the Ozito petrol inverter generator, 2000 watt max power. So if you want to see it, let's have a look. We have the Ozito petrol inverter generator, 2000 watt max power. I've already unboxed it, but here's the box. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so there we go. We've got the generator. So we move over here, we actually have the generator itself. I was actually pretty impressed. Pretty good build quality, all that sort of stuff. Forgive me for the focus if it's not working. As I said, first time doing this. So here we go. We got the Ozito 2000 watt petrol inverter generator. So as you see there, 4-stroke 190cc engine. Now I have started this, but only once, so we'll see what happens. It's been about an hour since I last started it, so we'll see how it happens. It does come without oil in it, so you got to make sure you put oil in it before you start it. So you have a look. Comes with oil. I'll give you a bottle of oil, which says 400 milliliters. Well, reading the manual tells you the max capacity is 400 milliliters. Well, as you can see, how much is left over there, and that was after it was over full. So there you go. Also comes with spark plug spanner and a spare spark plug. Got the 5 litres of fuel, which I've put in, and I've filled the oil up. So as you can see, the oil plug's down there. Pretty easy to fill. I need one of those flexi spout funnel things, but not too bad. Overall, pretty neat little unit. You got your pull start there. On the front, it's got fuel economy on off. Well, I can't understand why you'd want fuel economy off, but anyway, I'll leave it on. You got your engine power, so you turn that on to start it, and then you got a few caution lights. So you got low oil. It has a low oil cutoff, so if your oil's low, it'll cut off. Then it's got your AC output. That'll light up when your AC is hooked up and on, and your overload. So it also has overload protection. Then down there you've got 2 USB ports. Very, very handy, I guess. And your AC power switch. It's got 2 240 volt outlets, which is pretty handy, I guess. I'm new to generators. I've not actually had one before, so this is my first, and so far I'm quite impressed. It's a neat little unit, very well finished, very well done. It gives us good manufacturing. So let's look further into it. It's got a lot of the warning labels on it. Tells you how to start and all that stuff. Says quick start guide, check oil level before every use. Fuel tap on, engine power, cold start, got the choke, warm start, choke off, pull cord, and once it's running, turn choke off. Now, it says it's a 10 litre capacity of 91 RON. Don't know who Ron is, but I filled my car up with 95, and while I was doing it, I threw 95 in the jerry can at the same time. Makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, the 5 litres says it's a 10 litre tank. Well, it's just over half. And well, I guess I probably overfilled the jerry can, so it was probably more than 5 litres, so that would be about right. So there you go, the fuel gauge measures right. Then we come down. There's some more warnings there. No smoking. Guess that's why you're filling it up. Distance, I guess. I suppose, you know, fumes and whatnot. But nothing really out there. And you got down here, your inverter covers there. Got an air filter in there. It's got labels on it all over the place to tell you everything. So, you know, if you're not really, I don't know, mechanically efficient or whatever, it will tell you just about everything all over it. All in all, you know, not too bad. So we come around, and over here, it's got your decibel readings. So 77.9 decibels. Well, at first, before I started earlier, I thought that might be pretty loud, but I was rather impressed, as you'll see. And then you've got your other stuff. So your rated output is 1800 watts, maximum at 2000. It's a 4-stroke overhead valve, 1 cylinder. Fuel tank 10 litres. Sump capacity 0.4 litres or 400 mils. So as I said, not sure if that's 100% right. I have run it to warm and checked the oil, and it was still as full, and as I showed you before, I still had that much left out of what it says is a 400 milliliter container. So yeah, not sure about that, but anyway, come down and it says AC sockets 240 volt, 7.5 amps at 50 hertz, so it should be pretty good to run just about whatever you need. Power factor 1, don't know what that means. Single phase, displacement is 190 cc, fuel type petrol unleaded, and as I said, it says 91 RON upside down there, but I don't know who RON is, so I put 95 in. And we have the sound pressure level 77.9 decibels at 7 meters. Well, I was up nice and close and personal when it was running earlier, and it didn't really seem that loud. You also got USB sockets, 5 volts, 1 amp, and at 2.1 amp, yep, whatever it means. Okay, so not a bad little unit. I have been so far impressed. You come down, so here you've got your choke and your fuel. So choke lever here, you got open for cold starts, closed if it's warm start. It's cooled down for a while since I last started it, so I'll put it to open. Your fuel valve open, or if you want it closed. We want it open for this point. Overhead valve, and it's a very neat little unit. Some more warning stickers which are all over the thing. Yeah, not quite sure what they all mean, but I know the first one means read the manual before you use it. I guess the second one is, you know, need it in an open area because of fumes. Power, that one roundabout thingy, don't know what that is. And then your oil, obviously, and a few other ones that, yeah, they're something. Anyway, come around this side, that's your exhaust. Nice heat shield on it, and the screen on there so you're not spitting out junk. One thing I would be wary of is that's very close to the ground. So if you're out camping and say in a dry bush area, outback or whatever, a lot of dry leaf litter and stuff on the ground, you'd want to make sure to clear away underneath that, because that's a fire hazard. But here we're alright. We're on some nice lush green grass on my back lawn, so not a problem there. Here we go. Some more warning labels there. I think that's the same as on the other side. Pretty sure it is. Alright. Now, pretty good construction overall. I think it was a little bit of overkill on this fuel cap, but it does a job. Doesn't seal too well. I did tip it up a little bit before because I did a bit of grass trimming for the sake of the video before I started. I had a bit of grass clippings all over it, so I tipped it up a bit to wipe them off, and a bit of fuel leaked out and down the front, so hopefully we don't have any problems when we start it with fuel here, sort of thing. But yeah, it didn't seal too well, so that's one con that I can see. Otherwise I haven't picked any yet, but overall quite impressed. So let's start this thing. So what we got is a pretty simple system. You turn your engine power on. As I said, fuel economy's on. Should leave it on anyway. The AC power's off, and you haven't got anything plugged in. You don't want anything plugged in when you start it, because if it surges or if you've left the switch on, you may do damage. So make sure you've got nothing plugged in, AC power switch is off, and you're good to go. So as I showed you before, I've got the choke on, sorry, over here, and the fuel is on. So let's try this. So we'll turn, engine power's on now, AC power's off, there's nothing plugged in. Grab the lead and all like that. And here it's running a little rough. It's got the overload lights on, not sure about that, but reach over. Choke off, lights down, and there you go, the light goes off. So as you can hear, it's not really that loud. I mean, it is when you're sitting right next to it, but you back up a bit, and it's actually not that loud. Running nice and smooth. Okay. So there we go. Let's start it up. Let's plug something in. This is what we're doing here. Bear with me, as I said, I've done this before, so I did an earlier test video where I did actually start it for the first time, and that was absolute so I've had to redo it. Pretty sure this one's probably not much better focus value and all that stuff, but we'll see. So I've got this, a nice 25 metre extension lever. got 4 sockets. Got your overload circuit, cut off, thermal protection, all that sort of good gear. Plug that in. Move that to the side. Turn the AC power on. The light doesn't come up on that, but that's on the end. Got a little vibration. Plug something into it. Angle grinder. That power. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's cooking a little bit. Good. Bit of a falter initially, but pretty good. Yep. So, we'll unplug that. Okay. That was start with the choke on, what was cold. Right, without the choke on. Warm. Not going so great. Okay. Choke on. Very far. See how it goes through there. Oh well, anyway. There you have it. Hopefully might be of some good information for you. As I said, it's my first time doing this sort of thing, so yeah, sorry if it's a bit of a video. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in a couple of months and let you know how it's going. Cheers.